In The Batman, Matt Reeves redefined Gotham as a city that feels hauntingly real, dirty, desperate, and full of hidden darkness. But there's one scene that wasn't shown in theaters that reveals just how deep this darkness goes. A scene where Batman confronts a familiar yet terrifying figure in Arkham Asylum, the Joker. This deleted scene takes us to a place we rarely get to see. Here, Batman isn't just facing a villain, but a twisted reflection of his own soul. The scene begins with Batman visiting Joker, hoping he can shed some light on the Riddler's motives. It's a tense alliance reminiscent of the Silence of the Lambs, where Batman, like Clarice, seeks answers from a monster. But the Joker, played by Barry Keoghan, knows all too well that this visit isn't just about the Riddler, it's about Batman himself. As Batman sits across from the Joker, we see a fascinating psychological game unfold. The Joker doesn't see Batman as an enemy. No, to Joker, Batman is something much more intimate. A kindred spirit, a man driven by trauma and defined by a mission only he truly understands. Joker toys with him, suggesting that they aren't so different. And in that moment, it's as if he's pulling back the mask. Not just physically, but psychologically, revealing the fragile line Batman walks every day. But what does it mean to face the Joker in this way? To understand, we need to look at Batman and Joker not just as enemies, but as reflections of Gotham itself. Both characters are products of this city's corruption, both scarred by trauma in different ways. Joker's scars are more visible, grotesque, and symbolic of his inner chaos. Matt Reeves wanted this Joker to look like he's been scarred from birth, someone who's never known peace or stability. He isn't polished. He's raw, broken, and disturbingly real. Let's talk about Barry Keoghan's performance here. Unlike the flamboyant versions we've seen, Keoghan's Joker is subdued but menacing, a character who embodies chaos without a single wasted word. His scars aren't just physical, they're psychological, showing a life marked by violence and pain. Keoghan's Joker doesn't need to shout or laugh wildly to be terrifying. His quiet, unrelenting gaze does all the work, as if he's seen into Batman's soul and found something familiar. This portrayal adds a new layer to the Batman-Joker dynamic. Traditionally, Batman stands for justice and Joker for chaos, but in this scene, they're not opposites. They're two men defined by their traumas, each one twisted in different ways by the city they call home. This version of Joker understands Batman on a level that's almost chilling. He sees the darkness Batman keeps hidden and seems almost eager to draw it out. He implies that Batman's mission, his quest for justice, might be driven by the same obsession that fuels the criminals he hunts. It's a theme that's woven through some of the best Batman stories, like The Killing Joke, where Joker tries to prove that anyone can go insane under the right circumstances, and Arkham Asylum, a serious house on serious earth, which explores the idea that Batman's own psyche is as disturbed as the villains he faces. Reeves' Joker is a continuation of this exploration, asking the question, is Batman really that different from the criminals he fights, or is he just another part of Gotham's madness? Now let's look at Arkham Asylum as the setting for this scene. Arkham is more than just a prison. It's a place where Gotham's darkest souls are kept, and where its greatest fears come to life. For Batman, visiting Arkham means confronting the twisted minds that he's helped put away, but it's also a reminder of the line he walks every day. By coming to Joker for help, he's stepping into enemy territory, entering a place where his morals and his mission are put to the test. And this scene also gives us insight into Joker's fascination with Batman. Joker doesn't hate Batman, he's obsessed with him. He sees Batman not as a hero, but as someone who's just like him. A man who's chosen to turn his trauma into something more, but who's always one step away from becoming a monster himself. And in this scene, we see hints that Joker views himself as Batman's equal, maybe even his destiny. It's almost as if he's saying, you may not like it, but you and I, we're bound together by something deeper than you can understand. Comparing this scene to other Joker-Batman encounters, it stands out as one of the most psychologically rich. In The Dark Knight, Heath Ledger's Joker sees Batman as a challenge, someone he wants to break, but Keoghan's Joker seems less interested in breaking Batman and more in showing him the truth, that they're both products of Gotham's corruption. It's a more intimate, almost personal interpretation of their relationship, one that feels fresh and hauntingly real. This deleted scene does something remarkable. It reminds us that Batman's mission isn't just a fight against crime, it's a battle for his own soul. The Joker isn't just a villain. He's a reminder of what Batman could become if he ever gave in to his darker instincts. And in Gotham, where everyone is just one bad day away from crossing the line, that's a terrifying thought. Imagine if this scene had made it into the film. It would have added a whole new layer to Batman's character, showing us that his greatest enemy might not be the criminals of Gotham, but the darkness within himself. This is the genius of Matt Reeves' vision, creating a Gotham where every hero, every villain, is just one step away from losing themselves. And by holding up a mirror to Batman, Joker shows us that sometimes the line between hero and villain is much thinner than we'd like to admit.